a good thing to hit go.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. Hashtag AskSBR. We are the odds couple. He's Mike Brenner. I'm Peter Loshak. This is our live show for April 26th. This is where we give our MLB official picks. Yesterday, Mike Brenner, all of my picks either got rained out or pushed. I had one that was a winner, though. Okay. One for Washington first half winner, so that's nice.
How about your Instagram? Did that end up being
that was a rain out game. I had the Mets under on that one.
That was the only one I won. I had Cubs money line, and I won that one by luck. But I lost 2 team totals, Pete. You know what? There's a reason totals isn't my thing, and no, I'm just having fun with that. But there's a couple teams. Their bats, when I'm thinking they're coming alive, they just it's Major League Baseball.
Yeah,
it is difficult.
Absolutely. Well, there's a lot of it's a game of inches, as they say, and advanced statistics have borne that out. All right, so we've got. I was only able to, because of all the rainouts, only 11 games had overnight lines. So I've only crunched the numbers for those 11 games, although the others have their numbers, have their lines already out. It's tempting to take the Cubs with how much Glasnow has struggled, and Lester coming off of a subpar start, but I think that was just a little bit of a blip. And
what's the line at right now?
It's a high one, though. I'm not going to take it, but I'm just mentioning that it's tempting. It's about actually not that massive. It's about minus 150, which is which is not that huge, but still. And then also Paxton also coming off of his first subpar start of the year, although his peripherals for that one were still okay. And I think he's going to have a big start here. And again, though, tough to take Seattle with how much they've struggled as a road favorite.
Well, Pete, how about Detroit? They're going for their third game in a row to score 13 runs or more. I mean, and then you got J.D. Martinez is out, Cabrera's out, right? These guys are showing up. It brings a whole new meaning to that next man up theory.
Yes.
And they're living up to it.
Absolutely. I do think it ends today, though. Paxton has a big arm, so I'm very, very tempted to take Seattle in the first 5. It's just that Norris also has, great stuff. And,
in Detroit, they're feeling it. They're getting excited. When you have a team that all of a sudden starts producing better, and then, after their starters go down, their stars, per se, that are getting old, right? I think this team has a whole new energy. They have a whole new belief. They could be pretty dangerous.
Vitel is pointing out that the Mariners and the Royals are both very bad on the road. Both teams are underachieving offensively, and that really they can really deflate offensively when they go on the road.
I would probably take Detroit on the second half of this game because, as a matter of fact, Pete, I'm going to pull the trigger. Detroit on the second half.
All right, that's interesting. Let me just find the line here.
Let's get Paxton out of there and let's let this offense crank it up again.
Tigers second half play.
Let's see. The Tigers do have a very suspect bullpen, though. I think they have the worst bullpen in the majors.
I like Seattle does struggle on the road, and I also like 13 runs. 13 runs. There's a new thing happening right now. Maybe you throw the trends and everything out the window here.
All right. Well,
question here on Periscope.
Plus 125.
Plus one. Ooh, I love it. Plus we're getting plus money.
Pistol like and Bundy.
Yes, that was the other game that I wanted to bring up. I am liking Bundy. Cobb on the other side is a very frustrating guy because he's one of these very up and down guys. So I'd probably be leaning Baltimore on the -1 line. Cobb is one of these guys who will get hit and look like he's a guy you want to fade most of the time, but then also come in with his 7-inning 1-run starts. I would definitely be leaning Baltimore here, and if I was going to take him, I'd go with the volatility on the run line or the -1 line. Johnny Fiorenza also saying tough card today. Yes, it is a tough card.
I had a personal question from you that came to me on Twitter last night. Apparently you didn't answer it back. They wanted to know your thoughts on pitching after a lot of pitchers get rained out. The next day, Pete, does it change anything as far as their mechanics, or is an extra day rest nothing but a bonus to them? Is there some pitchers that could be a negative factor?
That's an interesting question. It's a great question, and I'm sure that there are people who've done statistical studies on it. I haven't seen any statistical studies indicating one thing one way or the other. In general, I kind of ignore it, although I do count the extra day of rest as a factor. I count it as a rest day, which might actually be wrong. That's actually a very good question, and I'm sure people have done statistical studies on that just because they've done it on everything in baseball, but I don't actually know what the statistics bear out. My hunch is that it has no statistical impact. But
I have a question that kind of expands on this a little bit, specifically regarding the Red Sox and Yankees. There's a lot of people who think that the soppy weather might favor the Red Sox today. What do you guys think about that?
No, I have no opinion on which team it would. It's more or less likely to fade. I have no particular opinion on that. Again, that's a factor. I mean, that I'm sure some people have done studies on, and there are probably answers out there. For me, it's an obscure factor that I'm not that I don't consider.
Pistol Pete, what's the total for that Boston game? Is it?
It's let's see, the total, which I have not looked at this game at all yet. It's 7.5.
Wow.
I was on the under yesterday. I don't know what I'm going to be thinking about now. So you've given, and then let's see. Other stuff that's interesting is Quintana starting for the White Sox, and he has definitely been underachieving this year. I'm starting to think that maybe he might have some sort of shoulder issue or an injury that'll crop up later on in the year, because it's not making a whole lot of sense. I was thinking maybe about taking a shot with the very low total on that one with the 8.
Hell of thinking about it. Why don't you pull that trigger?
No, I'm not going to do it with the KC And Nick Quagliardo is back. Any thoughts on the Orioles bouncing back? Yeah, they're off of a loss, and Bundy, I think, is the real deal. I kind of called that in the before the season, and he has been nothing but lights out, or close to lights out.
I don't want to say that he came out of nowhere this year, but it feels like it. It feels like he came out of nowhere because he was obscure, kind of.
I mean, he was a first-round pick. I think he was a number 4 overall pick one year. So he was a guy with a huge.
You got a good read on him last year, Pete.
Yeah,
you did. Now that game is in Baltimore, if I'm correct, right?
Yep, it's in Baltimore.
What's the line sitting at right now?
It's about in the -140s. So
that's respectable. I think with him on the mound. All right. Ooh, I might be.
And then also, I was thinking about maybe a shot with the over in Minnesota, Texas with Santiago and Hamels. Santiago has definitely pitched awesome this year, but he's pitching over his head. He'll come down to earth at some point, and Hamels is on the slow decline in his career.
There's a team that's only scored 20 runs in 8 games.
Yeah,
Texas Rangers, Pete.
Right,
and they're really struggling with it. Yes, 20 runs in 8 games. That's the Texas Rangers we're talking about. That's a team I got to stay off of.
I was more worried about their pitching core than anything else, but it looks like they've got nothing.
True stat. You could look it up right now. I broke it down this morning. It's like, holy shit, are you kidding me? Pete, I am going to pull the trigger on Baltimore. On the first half run line for a bounce back.
Let's see. Baltimore on the first half run line would be -110.
I like it. I think it's a respectable number. That's where they get it today, Pete. That's where I'm staying.
All right, yeah. I'm trying to think about what I bet on the overnight. I took small shots with a few things, but nothing big. I'm agreeing with the guy who said it was a tough.
I think it is too. And then after I looked at it last night and then got back into it today, Pete, I was like, this is one of them cards, man. Sometimes Pistol Pete would even say, I hear those words, hemorrhaging units.
Carlos Luter saying Tanner Rourke is a ground ball pitcher. The Nats seem to be a nice pick. They might be
15-12 yesterday.
They might be. Again, that's a game that got
Nationals of Colorado.
Oh no, that wasn't even.
They covered the over. They covered 10.5, 15-12.
Yeah, and so that could be certainly. I had Washington yesterday. That was my one winner, and I also didn't have the ball take on the -1. But D now saying you're going to go against Chatwood, which is not something that Chatwood knows how to pitch well at Coors. And again, Colorado is a team that I'm looking to bet on.
Yesterday, even though they lost, that's 12 runs. I wouldn't necessarily think just because Washington scored 15 on the road in Colorado, they're going to do it again today.
Yeah.
All right, Colorado knows how to hit in there as well. That could be a trap game, Pete.
Yeah, absolutely. I just, in general, I'm looking to bet on Colorado or not bet the game at all, though I did like Washington yesterday. But and then I'm thinking about maybe my one pick will just be the Angels. The Angels have a nice, they're not going to, dominate awesome teams. They're not going to go on dominant runs. What?
He was talking to her.
But yeah, they've got got Trout. They got a nice defense.
Who's on the mound?
Shoemaker pitching against Oakland. Oakland is a beatable team. So I was thinking.
Who's towing the rubber for Oakland, Pistol?
Sean Manea, who's has good stuff, but is also struggles with his command and control at times.
What's that line?
Annette Guigliardo saying, I think Orioles bats will come alive today. Yeah. Look, Baltimore might be a good play on the -1 line for sure.
You know what?
I agree with you, Annette. And actually, I think I did bet that one. So that was one of my small bets. I took Baltimore at -1.
I really like that in the first.
What's the best shop line for Pistol Pete for the Marlins money line today? Chen up against Velasquez.
Same matchup as yesterday. Right now, the best line would be about -107.
All right, I'm still sticking with that. I like it. I will make it official.
Okay.
I am going Marlins. I liked it yesterday. I like it again today. I think the day's rest gives the benefit to the Miami bats.
Okay, Miami -107.
Absolutely. So
all right.
I like that. I love this input from these people.
Oh, absolutely.
This is teamwork. You guys are the best.
Yes. Now D now saying everyone is on Baltimore. LOL. Shit never hits when public all over. A good point.
That's a great point.
Although in baseball it's a little bit different, but yes.
That's why I'm playing the first half run line. There's not everybody and their mother jumping on that one.
Everyone is on Baltimore because they're riding the Bundy train, which is a train. I've been riding that train myself, and it has been paying off. But
so Guan just popped on. He said Cubs or Yankees team total over? Which one do you think is a better play?
I'm staying off team totals.
Oh, I would definitely probably say the Cubs. Yeah, because Glasnow has had some real control issues, and if he starts putting people on, I mean, he has great stuff, electric stuff, and could easily throw 5 or 6 shutout innings out of nowhere. But
guess what? I have to bring this up because last year, when I lose a game, I want to know why. I want to see what I can do better. All right, the Cubs scored a bunch of runs the other day, and I thought they would parlay off of that. Well, after they didn't, and they only scored 1 last night, they covered my money line, but my team total took a shit. Right. I went and checked what happened last year, and do you know that 3 times after they went on slumps, and then they scored like 8 or more runs, and then the next 3 games, they didn't score more than 2 runs.
Really?
I went deep. I had to because I have to keep trying to learn how I can make better decisions.
Absolutely.
And that is something today that says to me, well, wait a minute.
It's coming out first like a bad prostate.
Hell, but they may come out and just light it up. But this is becoming like a little bit of a pattern, so it's not a bad thing.
Interesting. Say that again, Mike. So after they score what?
After they had been slumping a bit, and then went on that one game where they scored 8 games or more.
Yes.
The next 2 to 3 games after, when I thought especially, it went back down. It went 1 to 2 runs. They didn't score past that.
Yes. All right. Josh Miller say a lot of debate on this Baltimore game. Josh Miller weighing in. He says still think Baltimore wins, but wouldn't go over on it. Yep. Okay. Yes.
I'm taking the first half run line, Josh. That's what I'm doing. I think that's where the edge is because we had a very good comment about everybody, the mother running to the betting window. Sometimes it still works out that the public does win, but a lot of times it doesn't. So I'm going to try to find that edge on the first half.
All right. So
review
your plays, Mike Brenner. What do you got?
Pistol Pete. I'm taking Detroit on the second half plus 125. All right. I am taking the first half run line minus 110 with Jesus, I just had a blank.
With Bundy.
Yeah, exactly. With Baltimore and Bundy. The Bundy train. And I'm also going to be riding Miami. I'm going back to those Marlins today. Same lineup, money line, minus 107.
All right.
Yes, full game money line. That's my 3 picks, Pistol.
Jeez, this is a really tough one for me. Let me just think, because I haven't given any picks. There's nothing that I'm really
talk about some other stuff.
Yeah, why don't you talk about the NBA playoffs, Mike Brenner?
You
had a 1-2 day,
And you know what? Houston was up by 9 with 54 seconds left. I'm not exaggerating. And sometimes you look and go, how'd that happen?
Dude, Westbrook scored 47 points.
I know, but he knew he was done. There's nobody want to play with Westbrook. This guy's already he's amazing, but he's a brand of basketball that it's great. But all right, now if you want to watch records get set, he's the man. If you want to watch championships being won, he's not the man. But no,
you put a good core around him. He just doesn't have that much backup.
All right, I'll tell you what I will do. I'll just give one pick. I'm going to take a bet on Hamels maybe being a little bit shaky. I'll take the Minnesota Twins team total over. Right now, Pinnacle, it's 3.5 minus 146. That means that at most books it's probably going to be about 4.
Teams are excited. They're going for a sweep on the road. Haven't done it in a long time against Texas. They think they can do it. Texas again, 20 runs in 8 games. Their offense is it's just nothing there. So might be the time to take advantage of that.
All right, that's going to be a one pick. I will use the Pinnacle line. What the hell? Over 3.5 Minnesota Twins minus 146. So
guys, I love Edmonton tonight. Pistol Pete. Me and Dana just did a show this morning. Playoff time. It's round 2. Edmonton plus 119. I like them tonight.
All right. Let's see. A lot of comments. A lot of people talking about the over in the Hawks game. Let's see. Yeah. Interesting. Jazz rolling. They will close it out. A lot of comments here. Dominique Hughes saying Bundy real nice and plus Baltimore shouldn't lose twice. Yeah, but again, it's kind of an obvious play. But all right. So I think we broke the hell down out of that.
Predators
broke the hell down out of that. Predators, Nashville. Oh, I don't know. I'm off of it. Dana Lane, he likes St. Louis to beat him. Pecorino, though. Pecorine, the goalie.
Pecorine.
Pecorine. How do you say it?
Rene.
Yeah. Pecorine. Okay. In the first game of the first series, he was a shutout machine. But now you're going against a St. Louis team that's just, they're starting to dominate defensively. Dana likes St. Louis to get it done in that one. And he's also on top of Edmonton tonight. I'm on them as well. 119.
TC Gaming asking, how about the Caps tonight, Mike Brenner? You have anything to say about that?
Well, I actually, if I had to, if he's talking about Washington Capitals, that's not tonight. That's tomorrow. They're playing Pittsburgh. Tune in tomorrow.
Okay,
You tune in tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. But yeah, they're going to be playing Pittsburgh, and of course the Penguins trying to defend the Stanley Cup.
Annette Guagliardo with a good comment here. Texas is ass lately. They definitely are. They definitely are. And I'm going to take a shot with the Minnesota team total over. Don't quite have the balls to take Minnesota as a decent sized road dog. That's probably the better
it's tough
play.
To sweep on the road. Let's remember
good point. Guys. Good point. Again, Annette Guagliardo. Absolutely, Texas is without a doubt ass. lately. Lately, though. Just lately. Just lately. Who knows what the future will be.
Question for that. Yeah. So I think this is regarding the goal that you were just speaking of. He said, so under 5 would be a good play?
Yes, under 5 would be really good in that play. Dana Lane likes that as well. They're talking about with the Becca.
And everyone's talking about John Rondo. They're saying he has to play tonight. How effective will he be?
He shot yesterday, a shoot around, and they said it was a disaster.
Yeah,
so,
and
so he had no control. The thumb was just. They're feeling desperate, Pete. It's desperation ringing. And tune into the Odds Couple show because Brenner's bouncing back.
All right, sounds good. Mike Brenner has 3 picks. I just have 1 pick tonight, agreeing with one of the original, one of the first comments on YouTube today, which is tough card, and I'm agreeing with that. I had a bunch of plays, all of them very, very, very small dollar amount, small unit sizes for me. So nothing that I'm loving right now, Mike Brenner.
All right, buddy. Well, I love doing what we're doing. That's one thing I do like. And guys, thank you so much for all your support. I love the fact everybody gets involved and jumps in with the comments. Juan White, everybody, you guys are the best.
We got Pete on the Twins, team total over 3.5. Money Mike is on the Tigers' second half money line, Orioles first half run line, and Miami full game money line. Get those odds at sbrodds.com. Check us out. If you need a sportbook, check out sportbookreview.com, and make sure you're getting the best book, best value.
That's it, guys. Sharpest tool in the shed. We got to get out of here, but we're the Odds Couple. We're coming to you, baby.